In this video, I'm going to show you how to become an absolute beast with Snorlax and completely dominate everyone in Pokemon Unite. I've been playing a lot of ranked matches with Snorlax lately, so I feel I have a pretty good grasp on Snorlax and the best ways to use him. We'll be going over the best builds, the best allies. We'll be breaking down everything you need to know about Snorlax's movesets, the best items to use, as well as other tips and tricks. I hope you're doing amazing today. My name is Austin. Welcome back to my channel. If at any moment during the video you get an aha moment, then hit that thumbs up button. My goal for this video is to hit 100 likes. Now, without further ado, let's dive straight into the video. So, Snorlax is such an amazing defender because of his high endurance and health, which makes him really amazing at preventing enemies from scoring as well as surviving attacks. The main purpose for Snorlax is to be around your team's goals and guard them. So that means don't be running around the map like a Pidgey with its head chopped off. Not that Snorlax can run or anything. So while playing as Snorlax, I've noticed 3 builds that can work pretty well with him. A build that I really like using that I haven't heard too many people talk about is called the Bodyguard build, which includes the moves Flail and Block. Other builds that work well with Snorlax is the Ultimate Tank build, which includes Heavy Slam plus Block. And the third build that works pretty well with Snorlax is the Unstoppable Disabler build, which includes Heavy Slam and Yawn. Now, if you don't really know what these moves do yet, that's okay because we're going to break them down more in depth later in the video. So, starting out with Snorlax, which lane should you pick? And what should you do? Generally, I go to the bottom lane with Snorlax, but it doesn't really matter too much. I feel it's best to go to the lane where most of your attackers are going to be. You're going to want to stick with your allies, and they are going to be your best friends. Just make sure that during the beginning of the match, you're not fighting the other team alone, because until you hit like level 6, you aren't going to be able to do much damage. And here's what I do in the beginning stages, and this is just what's worked for me. I tend to focus on absorbing damage from my teammates while guarding the zones, and attacking NPCs near the zones while leveling up in the process. Now let's talk about Snorlax's basic move and its passive ability. So Snorlax's basic move, it gets boosted on the third punch. And Snorlax's passive ability is called Gluttony. Basically what this move does is that it increases the effects of berries. And berries, in case you didn't know, are those little yellow looking things on your map that you run into. And some of these berries increase health while other berries increase speed. Now let's break down Snorlax's early moves, which are Tackle and Rest. When you use the move Tackle, you'll charge right into the enemy, hitting them with your big old belly. And this knocks the enemy back and stuns them for a short period of time. And what's really cool about this move is that after you use it, it boosts your basic attack the next time you use it. And when you use Rest, Snorlax takes a quick nap and regains some of his health. It's not a lot of health, and this isn't really a strong move. It's also very situational. If I notice one of my teammates is struggling, I'll use the Rest to block the enemy so that my teammate can get away or score a goal. I recommend choosing Tackle first, just because it's the stronger move. So once you get into the middle of the game, you should be at least level 6, and you should be able to notice that your offense abilities will be improved. So now you'll be able to do more damage. And the first mid-game move that we're going to look at is called Flail. And with Flail, whenever you use that move, you get a speed boost plus a damage boost for a short period of time with your basic attack. And what's interesting is you get an even bigger damage boost if your HP is low. And I feel this move is great for like KOing one Pokemon at a time. So if it's like a one-on-one battle, you're going to win hands down with this move, especially if you equip the right items, which we'll get into that later in the video. And the speed boost with Flail is really nice. I like using it to finish off Pokemon if they're trying to run away from me. I'll catch them and just eat them for breakfast. And if you find yourself being triple teamed, it's very useful for escaping the battle because of the speed boost. You can get away so much faster and you can go and regain some health. The cooldown with this move is relatively short, about 6.5 seconds. And the second mid-game move that you have the option to choose from is called Heavy Slam. And when Snorlax uses Heavy Slam, you'll hop into the air and do a giant butt slam on the enemies, throwing them up in the air. And what's really nice about this move is that it's hitting multiple enemies at once because it has an area of effect, which, in case you didn't know, area effect means it can attack multiple enemies in the area inside your radius. Plus, it has a pretty good range. Best part is, once this move is upgraded, it becomes even more powerful. Now, which mid-game move should you choose? Well, I like both these moves, and the speed boost of Flail is really nice, and it's helped me many times if I need to get away from a herd of Pokemon. But I think Heavy Slam is slightly better because of its area of effect and range. It can cause a lot of disruption in team battles and take out multiple enemies at once. I feel it's more useful, especially during the ending parts of the match. Now, let's talk about the in-game moves and compare them both to see which one's best. When you use Block, Snorlax opens up this big blue wall that can act as a shield. And this is really beneficial. But if you use it incorrectly, it can do more harm than good. It's all about knowing when and where to use it. Make sure you're being mindful and don't push Rotom with it. You can also use it to block enemies from attacking, and you can use it to cover yourself if you need to retreat from battle. I mostly use it to block enemies from trying to score during late game. Here's some footage of me doing just that. And what's funny is, after the match, our team won by only 2 points. Had I not blocked the team from scoring, we might not have won. Now let's look at Yawn. When you use Yawn, you'll be able to attack in a line right in front of you, and the opponent will fall asleep for a short period of time. When they're asleep, they're basically helpless and they can't really do anything. It also decreases the enemy's speed for a short period of time. This move also works on multiple enemies. It's very useful in big fights because you lock everyone down and pretty much stop them for 3 seconds. So, which in-game move is best? Personally, I choose Block over Yawn just because I feel it's more useful, and like I mentioned earlier, being able to block others from scoring is game-changing. Besides, bashing enemies into walls is fun. When you use Power Nap, Snorlax basically lies there asleep and regains health at a pretty fast rate. This move also does a small amount of damage. Now with this Unite move, you're going to want to save it and use it when the time is right. And the best time to use this move is whenever you need to shield your teammates to keep them alive. It really comes in handy to shield your teammates while they are trying to score a goal, or if you need to defend the goal on your own. Now let's talk about the best held items for Snorlax. And this is my current setup and what's worked well for me, which is Rocky Helmet, Focus Band, and Muscle Band. I love using Muscle Band with the Bodyguard build. It really enhances Snorlax's Flail move and makes it hit way harder. And Focus Band makes you more durable by increasing special defense. Also a great item for the Bodyguard build. And I feel that Rocky Helmet is just one of the best items for any defender because it provides so much more HP plus a defense boost. Now, if you're looking to be more tanky and not too concerned about damage, you could swap out Muscle Band for Assault Vest to help protect more against special attacks and attackers. Now, I've heard of others using Buddy Barrier and Leftovers, even Float Stone for Snorlax, and I've heard those items work pretty well. Personally, I haven't used them yet for Snorlax. As you can see, I haven't even leveled them up hardly at all, but yeah. Now, the best item. I personally love running the eject button on Snorlax. But I use the eject button on all the Pokemon I play. You can use the potion as well to regain some more HP or even X speed to help with Snorlax's low speed. But I don't think either of those are as useful as the eject button, because the eject button just helps you so much escape from uncomfortable situations, and you know for a fact you're going to be getting into those during the game. If you thought this video was helpful, then hit that like button. And if you're vibing with my content and you want to see more of my Pokemon Unite guides, then check out this playlist over here. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.